Sa mga nagtatanong, basically, how did you do that, no? Kasi yung mga pambato nyo, si Bam, si Kiko, si Leila de Lima, and then Chel Jokno, lahat nakalusot. How did you do it?
We always like to say sa team ko, preparation, preparation, preparation. And then the best we could prepare dun sa tatlong sangkap, basically ng bawat kampanya, yung ground, which is the fundamental. Tapos yung comms, well, you know that as a comms expert yourself. At syempre, yung kaya naming gawing mobilization of resources. Modest though they may be, pero stinretch talaga namin para sa aming mga, well, para sa aming partido, akbayan, at para sa aming mga senador. And happily, I also celebrate yung tagumpay ni na Laila de Lima sa ML.
Did you also expect that kind of showing, in particular dito kay Senator Bam Aquino? Kasi nag-number 2, tapos si Senator Kiko, I think number 5 or 6.
5, that's right. No, it was really a very happy surprise. Election day, kung base lang, Christian, sa mga surveys ha, election day, one could be confident of only one seat sa akbayan, worried para kina Kiko at Bam, worried para sa ML. Pero I don't know, the top survey firms have started saying na nagkaroon ng upsurge na hindi nila na-survey previously. And the absence of exit polls notwithstanding, gusto ko sanang itest yung sense ko lang na the voters really stepped up for us, and probably the young voters really stepped up for us.
May mga nagsasabi po na this was a resurgence of the so-called pink wave na akala ng marami naging moribund after the 2022 elections. Pero sa pag-analyze ninyo sa mga datos dito sa election, is that really the case?
No, not at all, because the pink wave was surely part of yung outcome na ganito. And after 2022, effort namin, it hadn't been as organized yet completely as possible, pero conscious kami na we needed to reach beyond our base, pati dun sa soft base or soft support ng kina-presidente, possibly even the one of Duterte, lalo na sa mga unifying issues, concerns, or problems like yung sa ekonomiya. And yun na nga, yung youth demographic, palagay ko, played a big part also. So, from pink to beyond, at yun yung trajectory din na susundan namin, Christian, sa mga susunod na taon.
So mukhang nakatulong po yung positioning ng mga kandidato ninyo, di ba? You neither identified as opposition or with any particular poll dito sa sa election. So yung tumindig sa issue, yun yung isa sa mga naging susi.
Baka a combination of those things, Christian. Kasi ako, I've always identified as opposition. Tapos may mga nakasama kami dito sa electoral coalition itong 2025 who styled themselves more as independent. Pero enough, di ba, common political values na we made common cause with each other and we campaigned together. And moving forward, gusto kong i-build on nga iyon, na lalo na itong first 9 months after the election, pag-isahin talaga, hamigin, consolidate yung mga opposition, reform, alternative or independent forces who supported Kiko Bam, Akbayan, ML. Sana I would like us to invite each other na magbuo kami ng electoral movement moving forward, not just to 2028 but also to 2034 hanggang pa 2040.
How do you intend to do that? Kasi ito yung parang sinasabi ng ibang grand project that was never manifested nung 2022 or 2019. But this is a big project apparently, no? Electoral movement. How do you intend to do that?
Right after 2022, nagsimula na kaming maghanda para dito sa midterms sa 2025. Ang ambisyoso pa nung simula makapag full slate ba tayo para sa oposisyon? And ang naging working title ko doon, Big Tent. Eventually, naging medium-sized tent kasi 3 lamang sa simula ang nag-commit, kasama pa nung una si Chel Jokno. Tas nung nagdesisyon siyang mag-party list para sa akbayan, so naging medyo small, big tent. At least 100% yung dalawa ay parehong nanalo. I'd like to keep moving that idea, keep pushing that envelope further, Christian, na pa-big tent ulit towards 2028 and beyond, na lahat ng mga partido, lahat ng mga movements, lahat ng mga individual na sumuporta sa aming mga partido at kandidato this midterms, can we invite to join together, continue organizing, educating, mobilizing, hindi lamang pagdating ulit ng kampanya, but every year from now until then, and in fact, put together the strongest possible slate mula sa opposition or independents na lalaban at mananalo sa 2028, and not stopping there. Pwede na bang pag-isipan isang electoral movement that will remain active even between elections, at kung manalo na kami sa 2028, mag-succession planning na, paghandaan, continue organizing, educating, mobilizing to fight again in 2034, in 2040. Kasi Christian, kung magawa namin yon, 3 administrations in a row na progressive o reformist, so 2 dekada, 1 henerasyon, mas ma-institutionalize natin yung mga reforma at mas ma-internalize nating mga mamamayan yung mga worldview na kailangan para doon.
Opo. Dito, Senator, sa binabanggit yung electoral movement, kasama ba rito sa big project na ito yung ibang mga grupo kung saan meron kayong ideological differences? Ang konteksto kasi ng tanong ko, no, dahil may mga nag-push na nito ng 2022 pero hindi 2025 pero hindi nag-materialize, di ba? Yung grupo ng Makabayan nagkaroon ng sariling slate, although 11, yung Espiritu may sarili, Akbayan merong sarili. Kasama ba yan dito sa electoral movement na iniisip po ninyo?
Yung iba ay off the top of my head, I can say may sineset na kaming usap. Like I'm looking forward, hoping to talk with sina Attorney Luke and Calyodi. And then yung iba pang mga grupo, I think yung electoral movement will be something organic, na kaming nagsama-sama na itong nakaraang mga laban at itong pinakakasalukuyan 2025 could naturally, if we mutually agree, come together as the start of an electoral movement, dahil we've experienced common values, of course, common battles together. There's that level of trust and confidence already. And then, kung hindi man yung buong initial electoral movement, sections of it na meron na ring previous positive working relationships or trust and confidence sa iba pang mga grupo could possibly reach out to them, or those groups reach out to some groups sa loob ng movement namin. So, the first 9 months, pag-isahin muna yung kaming nagsama-sama na, and then let it organically expand. Pati yung pag-select ng slate namin for 2028, that can come somewhere up the road pa in the next many months or few years. Pati yung pagdisenyo ng process of selecting the strongest possible slate na pwedeng manalo sa 2028.
So you're talking about the presidential candidate, VP, tapos full slate ng Senado po, no? Sa 2028.
Hari nawa. Opo. Hari nawa.